It's all right.
There you go.
You did.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so John accidentally sent an email to somebody, didn't even know he had asked it. They got back with him, and they went to the foreverpack.com website, watched the video, and said, this is exactly what we've been looking for. They signed up. They met that yesterday. They signed up and became a consultant all in the first day from going to this website. So there was 2 days back to back, there was over 500 views. And then the next day there was over 700 views. So that video is starting to go viral now within Isagenix, which I just love. I think that's fantastic. And I think it's going to be amazing. So as people watch the video, there's 7 steps to this flow chart, right? This Forever Pack flow chart. And when you go to foreverpack.com, there's a team login, and get that from the person who got you here. And you log into the backside, and there's some training videos, and there's some documents and some PDFs that you can print up. This is one of them. And it takes you through the steps to follow in making connections with people, sending them to the video, and then following up, and how to do that through these steps. So it's written there in 7 easy steps. So it's kind of a cookie cutter approach. So as we're following up with people, we're asking them several questions. And I want to do these questions right here because this video may turn out such that this becomes the tool for people right here. And we'll refine it as we go along. So when I'm doing the interview process, I'm asking the person, and it's not really an interview, it's more of like, we want to support you in this health journey, but this is more than a health journey. Like, you're getting a support team and an encouragement and somebody that wants to see you succeed in all areas of your life. So this is more like a camaraderie and a community and a culture unlike anything you've ever seen. So I want to get together with you and ask you some questions and find out what some of your life goals are and see if there's something we can do to help you with your life goals, because that's really what we have here. And we're going to start with your health, of course, but then we're also going to work into where we can start bringing some more income into your home. So we know that this is a results-driven product. People are going to see your results. And as they're asking you about it, what are you doing? Are you okay with sharing with them? And everybody always says, yes, they're okay with sharing. All right, so would you be interested in making some more income from home? Would you be interested in bringing in some extra residual income into your home in the pockets of your free time? Yes, that would be fantastic. So as we go through that interview process, which we have a whole video for, what we would like to find out and get to the question is, this is the number one question that I think is the most important question. What's a freedom day look like for you? So a freedom day would be something that you get to do what you want when you want. So you're covering all of your expenses. Isagenix has provided a passive residual income for you that's covering all of your expenses every month now. And so, yeah, you could fire your boss if you want to. And you can start doing some of the things that you want to do. What are some of those things that you would want to do? And I would tell you that from doing so many interviews, most people say, I want more quality time with my family. Quality time with family. I want to do some vacationing. I would like to retire my spouse. Okay, those are probably the top ones that I see. And so what would the expenses need to, what would be the cost to be able to do that? What would be, how much would you need to make to cover all of your expenses and to be able to experience a life like that, to have a freedom day life? And let's just say they say, like me, $2,500. In fact, I had somebody say $2,500 the other day. So $2,500, it could be $35. It just depends, right, on what their occupation is. So, all right. So let me share with you a concept here. And this is principle-based. And I was a mechanic for about 15 years. And after 15 years, I was still making the same amount of income that I made after about my first year because my skills went up very quickly, and I topped out at what I could make as a mechanic. So I'd say after about 15 years, I was still at about $30,000 a year, which wasn't enough for me and my family. And so I got the paper out, and I'd fix cars at home at night, and I ended up working 16 to 18 hours a day. All right, so this is years here. So we're going to go years this way. And what we want to do is we want to use some principles. See, this is called linear income, or time or money. trading time for money. And there's only so many hours I could work. And so I got up earlier and I delivered newspapers. And I made a little bit more money, about $600 extra a month doing that every day. And then I fixed cars at night. Still wasn't enough. We were struggling. We were living paycheck to paycheck. Now, there are some principles though. It's called leverage and it's called duplication. And this is what we can do to where, so this is a 6-figure income up here, 6 figures at the top. We could hit your 2,500 and go way beyond it because we're implementing into your schedule, into your infrastructure of each day, where you're now going to institute the principle of leverage and duplication. So you could go on to make a multiple 6-figure income. Even we have people that are making a 7-figure income like I am, annually. So there's really limitless possibilities when you have leverage and duplication. We're going to put one more thing in here that's really cool. It's called residual. And because our products are consumable, people are going to order them every month. And Isagenix pays you on those reorders the same percentage. So now you're making money on people that have joined your organization from years ago. And you're still getting paid on them today. I have people that have been on the products for 13 years. I'm still getting paid every time they make an order. And so this is what would, so when we hit this 2,500, yeah, we could hit that here and we can go beyond it. So we could get that freedom day for you and actually go beyond it. And that's what I have been able to do with Isagenix. I've gone well beyond that. In fact, I hit a 6-figure income it was in 13 months. So right about here at the 13-month mark, I hit a 6-figure income, which was $8,000 a month. So I did that in 13 months. That was my particular story. So what we want to do here is help you to understand the process that it takes to create this leverage and this duplication. We need a system that is simple, affordable. In fact, actually, we could say saves you money. It produces results and it duplicates. These are the things that really match us up for these principles right here, which will then pay us like this, because that's what leverage and duplication will do. So at this point, as I'm doing this interview, they should have watched the compensation plan video, which is at foreverpack.com, right? So when you've enrolled somebody, if you've watched that video on the training, it shows how to lead somebody into watching that video on the compensation plan. So with that, they would have seen the power of 2, the power of 3, the power of 4, and the power of 5. And so if I go to that slide right here that they would see in that presentation, we could say, all right, so you're in this area right here. You're a little bit past the power of 4 to reach your freedom day. So this is totally achievable. We could totally do this for you. We can totally do this together. So if we follow the system and we do the right actions, your freedom day, there's literally a freedom day. For if you keep doing what you're currently doing now in your linear, trading time for money, when will you have your freedom day? And the answer is never. If I had been still being a mechanic for the last 13 years, I'd still be at about 30 grand a month. And I'd be into it for almost 30 years. It wouldn't be any different. And that's the downfall. That's the job, right? Just over broke. So we want to help you get here. So I want to show you the actions that you would take to do this. And it's called consultant machine. All right, so that's all that's happening here. When we see this, 2 who share it with 2 is 4. Those 4 share it with 2. That's 8. And then those, I got to cheat. Those 8 share it with 2, and that's 16. Right? So this is what we call consultant machine. It's the same thing I still do today that I did back when I first got started. So once you whoops, sorry, I should have been showing you here. Once you understand the right actions that are going to produce this leverage and this duplication, you don't ever change those. Jimmy Smith, This is what I learned from Jimmy Smith. Him and his two daughters have made over $50 million in this company. And this is what Jimmy Smith teaches. In fact, we're going to partner up and do a Zoom here in a couple days together where he's going to go over these numbers and I'm going to do the science of isogenesis. So he's still teaching these numbers and he's made over $50 million. I'm still teaching this same exact thing. It's consultant machine, but you have to understand what consultant machine means. So I want to lay that out in a way that you could visually, hopefully grasp that and wrap your head around it so you know what to do. Now, before I just show that, I just want to say here on this simple system that we have, that's the Forever Pack. This is the system that we're using, the 108 BV. It's $159. And through doing this, we can cause all of this to happen. The Freedom Day, the dream life for people, where they literally can have the quality time with their family, take the vacations they want, like we just did to Cancun, and retire their spouse, and on we can go with that, right? So what's a consultant machine consist of? All right, so we showed this in the presentation. This is you. And once you've enrolled 2 people, friend number 1, friend number 2, and we're all ordering 100 BV. You guys, you could become a top 100 income earner in our company as a consultant. Do you know that I hit number 13 income earner in our company as a consultant right there? Why? Because they pay me 6% on everybody, on everyone. So what I need to do now is just build a team. It doesn't matter how these people get on my team. I could be enrolling them or I could be supporting my team to enroll them. So here's the mindset and the perspective that I was given when I got started. Now we have something that's called, and I need to explain one other thing here. It's called a cycle. A cycle is the commission that we get, and it pays in increments of $54. It's called a cycle. And when I get 900 total BV, that's a cycle. So right here, we can see between my order and this person's order and this person's order, I have 300 BV. So I'm a third of the way there to making this cycle happen and getting paid a $54 commission. So the more people that are in my organization ordering products, the more I'm going to cycle, the more the BV is going to go up. So how do I do that? What is the mindset that I've got to have and the actions that I need to take? What is it that I'm setting out and accomplishing to do? I want to show one other thing from the slide here. And this is in the video on the compensation plan when people watch this. And if we take Tracy O'Malley, and I just need to check, Lenny and Laura, you guys still unmuted? I just want to, okay, good. All right. So Tracy is a single mom who was very desperate. She was in survival mode to the highest degree. Guys, survival mode, not wanting to live anymore, just like where I was at. And Isogenics changed her life, and she saw the opportunity, and she saw what she needed to do. And this is the key, getting that understanding of what you need to do to create that freedom in your life. So she was struggling. She had lost her health. She got her health back, and now she saw the opportunity and what could happen for her life, for her and her family financially. In 2 years, she said, I had about 1,000 conversations, and I enrolled 90 people. So out of 1,000 conversations, 90 said yes. 5 of them became top in producers. I would call these 5, and we'll come back to this, consultant machines. You don't need very many consultant machines, you guys, to become financially free in Isogenics and be living a dream life. This is what we're looking for. I want you to write that down. I want this to be ingrained. Consultant machine. If you need to, get a felt tip marker, permanent marker, and write it on your forehead. So every time you see it in the mirror, write it backwards. So when you see it in the mirror, you can read it. Consultant machine. This is what these 5 are right here. They're consultant machines. I'm going to show you what that means in just a second. But because of these consultant machines, Tracy's top month was $126,000 for 1 month. Became a millionaire in our company with a team of over 18,000 people that Isogenics is paying her on every single one of them, every time the products are being ordered. And that happened because of consultant machines. So Carrie and myself, in 10 years, we had quite a few conversations. I'm not going to tell you how many because that doesn't matter. I don't want you to compare yourself. In fact, I should put a question mark right here, but I'm going to leave that. So how many people did I enroll in 10 years? 150. Now, the reason I put a question mark here is because if you know that this day is coming for you, it won't matter how many conversations. If you know that this day is coming, you'll just keep having the conversations until this day comes. So if I put a little red sticker under a rock on your block in your neighborhood and I said, go out and find that rock and I'll give you $1,000 a week for the rest of your life when you find that red dot. And it is absolutely, it's on your neighborhood block somewhere. Could be a small rock, could be a big rock, but you're gonna have to turn over every rock until you find it. Would you sit on the couch when you got home knowing that there's a red sticker under a rock in your neighborhood that would pay you $1,000 every week, no matter what, for the rest of your life? So no, you wouldn't sit on the couch after work. You would be outside turning over rocks. You'd probably wake up early before work and start turning over rocks, right? Well, how many top producers, how many consultant machines did I personally enroll? One. What was my biggest month? $90,000. But that $90,000 has been happening for over 7 years, you guys. 90,000 every month. That's cycles. That's that 900 BV. Now, I'm sure Tracy, she's gotten bonuses here because they started paying us bonuses. But I'm still just a consultant, you guys. I get paid on cycles. Everything that I'm making is on cycle. I've never been paid a bonus. I've never been paid an executive bonus. It's always been cycles. So that's happened for over 7 years. So how many people on the team? It doesn't matter. I've been turning over rocks until I had my Freedom Day. Now, my Freedom Day happened long before I was making $20,000 a week. All right. Cindy Talley, the home health nurse, she enrolled 25 people in 1 year. She was at about $1,000 a week in 1 year. And then in less than 2 years, she retired. She doesn't work anymore. She gets to do what she wants when she wants. She turned over the rocks, you guys. So if we go back to this consultant machine perspective, what does that mean? Because I could share that with people. They can get inspired by that, and they might actually go out and start talking to some people, but they quit too early. They didn't get to this point right here. It's this right here. That's what we're looking at, these last 4 ones. And they gave up before they got there because they didn't quite understand what they needed to do. So here's what you want to keep enrolling until you have consultant machines in your organization. So remember, what's the consultant machines? This one right here. This is the consultant machine. One consultant machine that I personally enrolled. Now, I had other consultant machines in my organization, but I didn't enroll them. I'm just showing the ones that have been enrolled by these particular people, right? So consultant machines, all right, so let's take a look at what those look like. If I want to be a consultant machine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and I'm going to keep enrolling people. And I'm just going to go left, right, because we have a left team and a right team. And I'm just going to keep enrolling people. Now, as I'm enrolling people, I'm teaching them the compensation plan. I'm getting them to watch the video on Forever Pack, and I'm following up with them and answering any questions and making sure that they understand the dynamics of the compensation plan, what it means to cycle and how to cycle, all right? So as I'm teaching, I've taught every single person what it means to become a consultant and how they can get their products paid for. I've always done at least that bare minimum. Why? Because I was taught to find consultant machines. Renata Lee calls them hot molecules, but I like consultant machines a little bit better because it's a better connotation. So let's say this person enrolls a person here. And this person enrolls a person here. They're not a consultant machine. They didn't even become a consultant. They enrolled one person each. But let's say this person right here enrolls one on the left, and then they have to go to the next open position, and they enroll somebody right here in the next open position, and they become a consultant. That doesn't make them a consultant machine, and I'm not really a consultant machine myself yet. All right, so there's no consultant machines here yet. Now I'm working towards becoming that consultant machine, and I've almost earned the right to get that label, but I'm not quite there yet. So I keep enrolling people. And this person right here says, I'm going to become a consultant. And they enroll 2 people. And now they become a consultant. Now, what happens with this person is that right here, I was able to instill something with the person that I've been sitting down with and helping them to understand what this really is that just fell into their lap, what this isogenics movement is. And if I do this correctly, if they watch both the videos, they watch this video, they watch the compensation plan video at foreverpack.com, they see this, and then we go over this in a review. We sit down and we say, what's your freedom day look like? You know, do you really want that? Do you want the quality time with your family, the vacation, the retirement? Do you see how we can produce this unlimited income because of the principles? And if I do this correctly and they can see how that 100 BV to be set free could actually get them that dream life that they're never going to get linearly trading time for money, then what's going to happen is I'm going to inspire them. They're going to be inspired. They're going to make isogenics their number 1 priority. They're going to become committed. They're going to become psychologically unemployable. If I can help them to see the principles behind what they just got with that $29 membership, and showing the videos and following up and going through this process right here. This happened for me. Lenny, you did it. Don Nooner helped. Jimmy Smith helped. I was so inspired that isogenics became my number 1 priority in my life to help me have my freedom day for me and my family. And I became psychologically unemployable. I eliminated the distractions, and I went straight to the top in isogenics because of the effectiveness of me understanding the power of 2 and 100 BV. Not only that, but also knowing what a consultant machine is. It's not getting to executive, you guys. Being an executive is not even a consultant machine. And it won't necessarily lead you to a lifestyle of freedom. It could lead to your freedom day if you understand and finish off what executive was meant to do. You want to create consultant machines in your downline. So now that I've been enrolling people and there are people becoming consultants in the downline, I could now say that I'm a consultant machine. I'm earning that title, but I don't have any consultant machines in my downline. And that's the goal for me to reach my freedom day, is to inspire somebody to become committed and psychologically unemployable based on principles and facts that this is something that could actually come to fruition in their life. And we know that there's almost 300 millionaires in isogenics now, and hundreds of people who have made a 6-figure income and are having a freedom day. So a consultant machine would be where this person right here is going to be enrolling people. So this is the people they've enrolled, and they're just going to keep enrolling people. They are psychologically unemployable, and they don't care how many people it's going to take. They'll have 1,000 conversations to enroll 90 to find the 5, because they understand that this is how this happens, that when this person starts to enroll and become a consultant, this person is on their way to becoming a consultant machine. They're not there yet. Just because this person's a consultant doesn't mean they have a freedom day. It's when a person in their downline starts enrolling other people and they're psychologically unemployable. This person's now inspired. It's now their number 1 priority for their dreams to come true. Now they have them on the right leg. They need to keep enrolling on their left leg. And then all of a sudden this person gets to consultant, but that doesn't mean they're a consultant machine. But this person they enrolled starts to go crazy. And this person that was brought in by somebody else becomes the consultant machine. Right? So This person right here now, well, and I kind of messed that up a little bit. This person is, we would say this person's a consultant machine right here. Now, this person here would need to keep enrolling on this side until they found another consultant machine. We see this a lot. Like a leg will become lopsided because a consultant machine ended up on the left side before they found one on the right side. And we call this a runaway leg. We call it like a maxed out leg. This happened for me. And I visualized it happen for me. It became an affirmation that I had a millionaire on my, but it was actually on my right leg where I placed a millionaire on my affirmations. And guess what? A millionaire showed up on my right leg and maxed out my right leg, a runaway leg. So as this is happening, you'll get a consultant machine. You never know where they're going to pop up, you guys. When you enroll these 90 people, you don't know who they're going to be. You might have some good educated guesses, but I'll bet the person that enrolled me never thought that I was going to be the person that took off, you know, this mechanic that was overweight and tired all the time. So now this person over here just needs to keep enrolling. They haven't found a consultant machine. Yeah, they have people who have become consultants. Maybe they even hit executive, right? But that doesn't make a consultant machine over here. You don't get a consultant machine until somebody starts going out and they are so inspired. It's their number one priority. They know that this is it. So this person becomes the consultant machine. And this person was not personally enrolled. This person was not personally enrolled by this person, and neither was this person. And none of these people. But you get paid 6% on everybody. So it doesn't matter who the consultant machine is that shows up. You start working with this person. If you're the only leader that's going to lead this person that's saying, hey, I want to do this, that's the power of our compensation plan. Isagenix pays you 6% on everybody. So it doesn't matter who drives your business deep. The people that drove my business deep on both legs, I didn't personally enroll them. And as a consultant, I hit number 13 income earner as in the company. So again, this is a consultant machine. And this is somebody who understands the compensation plan, and that eventually there is somebody who's going to get this information. They're going to get this information. They're going to watch the video, and it's going to be something that they were born to do. It's something that absolutely changes their life. They become totally committed, dedicated, and it becomes their number one priority. And Isagenix is the answer to them getting their dream life. And when they start to produce like this, and there's no distractions, you only need one on the left and one on the right. You only need one consultant machine on the left and one on the right. That's it, you guys. And so how many people are you willing to enroll to get to the consultant machine? And like you were saying, Laura, they're out there. There are people who are absolutely out there. And when you attract those people and you have the right mindset, they'll show up in your business. So I want to get some of your guys' input on that.
I love the slide that you have up right now because I love to show people there's like the power is so in your hands. If you are as fired up as Tracy and over 2 years talk to a handful of people a day, I mean, 1,000 looks like a lot, but it's a handful of people a day. But she was so clear in her intent that she received 910 no's to get to 90 yeses. So you have to recognize that those 910 no's, I was a no for a long time to my dear friend Bethany. And I was like, no, I'll never do that. So those no's simply mean not now. Keep going. Because had she not found me and she not like continued to follow up, I would not have become a yes. But the fact that you enrolled, I tell people then 150 people over 10 years, that's 15 people. I keep saying 15. I'm not saying 50. I'm saying 15, but that you have the inspiration in yourself to see inspiration in other people and know when people are ready to inspire others. And that's my definition of a leader. I always say a leader is one who inspires, and you can inspire people the moment you say yes to Isagenix. You do not have to wait till you have a testimonial of 20 pounds, 50 pounds, or some fancy Isagenesis story. You are already an inspiration. You're moving into change and you're wearing a lens of that. That's your perspective. the magic question that I didn't have. I mean, the simplicity of this has really rocked my world, honestly, in the last month or so, because, that question of not ever forgetting to ask someone, listen, you're going to see results. Are you willing to share those results with other people? Is that okay? Are you willing to tell them how you did this amazing thing that you're doing? And that leads a very comfortable yes. Worst case scenario, if people say no, you're like, well, let me show you how, you could just refer people back to me and I'm still going to show you how to get your healthy paid for, or at least get your healthy paid for. And, I just always flip it back to people if they're like not ready to share, or I still need to lose 20 pounds. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to force you to do anything. I never want to drag anyone. But what if I told you I still needed to lose 20 pounds? Do you think I shouldn't be sharing this with you right now? And the kind of reverse psychology with them, being like, so just get out of your own way. I spent a long time overcomplicating this model, being stuck in my own way of skepticism or my own self-doubt. This business model is truly brilliant because it unlocks, it activates. And I love the word active that you bring up, because once you're at 100 BV, Isagenix considers that active. You're actively living this lifestyle. And you're not just getting these products from someone who's getting a commission at a store, not even taking the product. You are working with someone hands-on. And then this unlocking of this that you have up on your screen, that's the next. I love showing people just consultant, because consultant is unlocking, active and then unlock. I'm like, there's only 2 steps now. Get active, stay active, unlock. Unlock the full 6% potential of just getting into consultant. And my favorite line that I've overheard you say is, once you start cycling, you're already doing what the 6 and 7 figure income earners are doing. We've just, been able to learn to compound this by learning the power of multiplication. So those are my biggest takeaways. I love, all of being 100% officially unemployable. And I am on a mission to find people who want to be officially unemployable too. So thank you.
Yeah, great, simple system to follow. And, showing them, just getting them to watch the Forever Pack video, just walking them through the whole system. But again, I hope that this makes sense, Lenny, that, you're going to have to talk to quite a few people. I think we can shorten the numbers, though. Like this number right here, this ratio, man, we should be able to blow that out of the water. Not that Tracy isn't a rock star. She's a total rock star. Those are incredible numbers for this industry. That's almost 10%, which is knocking it out of the park. But with the Forever Pack and this Forever Pack video that we've got, 22 minutes, and the science, and we're the only people on the planet that have this science and this technology, and it's so simple, you guys, just tapping into people and getting them to figure out what their dreams are and showing them. We're talking about a dream life by just sending them to a video. How many are you willing to send to a video and have a conversation around to create? And just Lenny, one more thing I want to say here and get your thoughts. This is a simple process, but it's still networking. You still have to work. These are conversations that you've had a lot of conversations with people. How many conversations did I get to enroll 150? But look at the blessing that work has been in my life. We're getting up at 4:30 every morning and not having these principles of leverage that showed up through these consultant machines, that they will show up. If you have the right mindset and you're following the system, there's no way they can't show up, you guys.
Wow. I mean, mind blown, you guys. This is so amazing. And I want to talk about gratitude for a second. Part of the law of gratitude states that when you're truly grateful, you share. And 15 years ago when I joined Isagenix, somebody handed me a Chinese proverb. And the proverb said, when somebody shares something with you and you receive value from it, you have a moral obligation to share it with others. The law of gratitude states that when you become grateful for something, you share. So what we've been doing with the Forever Pack is asking people during the welcome call, when somebody comes on, we do a welcome call and we just say, hey, when you become grateful for this technology, that this new next level science that you're seeing, this next level nutrition, and you get the body you want, you get your healthy back, can you see yourself paying it forward? Everyone says yes. So that's a beginning. Because they've taught me these questions a while back, and they're basically, will this duplicate Will this work with or without me? Will this work a thousand miles from me? And how long will this duplicate? You guys, I started this with a 9-day program 15 years ago. That's all we had. My numbers are a little different. In my first year, I talked to 252 people, and 200 people said no to me, straight up. No, Lenny, to me. Who's going to say no to me? They said no to me. 52 people said yes to me, and I got 4 consultant machines. 4 consultant machines. And then I'm at this giant training one day, got all these people. I've got Dave MacArthur there. He's pretty new, right? I enrolled Carl Lamar. Carl Lamar enrolled Dave MacArthur. They're both training. And I'm like, all you need is one consultant. Well, we call them hot molecules back then because of Renata. But I said, you just need 2, one on your left and one on your right that really get it and take off. And I remember Dave raised his hand and he says, no, you don't. I'm like, Dave, I've been doing this a little longer than you. You need one on your left and one on your right. And Dave says, no, you don't. And I'm like, okay, how many do you need? He goes, you just need 1. If you get one on your left, you do your right. If you get one on your right, you do your left. You really only need 1 if you really want to get it. And I'm like, mind blown, right? I mean, how simple can this be? And you guys, I want you to get that it doesn't matter who brings them in. It doesn't matter how far down. It doesn't matter where they are. Attitude qualifies. Consultant machines are made by attitude and gratitude. Attitude and gratitude. Attitude and gratitude. A grateful heart shares. And when people have that beautiful attitude that they're like, oh, I get it, I want to do this, then you move in with them. You start doing calls with them. You start inspiring them. You help them see what can happen for them. Because the moment, and guys, as soon as you cycle while you sleep, it's game over. And how many people cycle while they sleep? Everyone probably listening to this right now. Once you cycle when you're sleeping, it's game, because when did you ever make money in your old life when you were sleeping? You didn't make money while you were sleeping. Here, you can make more money while you're sleeping than you ever could have while you're awake. So one of my affirmations is I cycle by day, I cycle by night. I am a professional cycler. I cycle by day, I cycle by night. I'm a professional cycler. And guys, this is so fun because inherent in the human spirit is serving people, helping people with their number one most important thing, which is your health. Our number one wealth is our health. And when we can ignite people, like Dave said, we come alive, and a consultant machine comes alive, and then another, and then another, and then another. Jimmy Smith said, this is just so simple. You follow your left, right, left, follow your left, right, left. Within moments of young men joining the Army, they're professional marchers. Left, right, left. You guys, cycles are forever. Cycles are forever. Cycles make the world go round. So I just want to say that, this is so awesome that we took the time to, like Dave, you dove into this and taught us what a consultant making machine is, because anyone can do this. Anyone that sees this, and we owe it to people to talk about this. And I want to say one more thing about the Forever Pack. It has never been more simple. You can't even stop the duplication. It's so simple.
You could send an email to the wrong person and it's duplicating. They become consultants on their first day. I mean, Lenny, so just in closing, you guys, and I'm hoping that I'm getting the right reasons for, across of why I shared this. See this leverage that's happening? That's what creates the dream. That's part of the principle. So unless we're creating this leverage, we don't experience the dream. What does the leverage mean? It means that you have people who are going out and having their conversations. So if these 5 people just duplicated what Tracy did, that's 6,000 total conversations. That leverage you're getting paid on. So yes, you've got to keep enrolling until you have leverage happening in your downline. It's not when you hit executive. It's not when you get the bonuses from hitting the reset. It's when you're cycling based on leverage. That's what I want to get across. That's the work to do. So what is the work to do then, Dave? I don't get it. The work to do is these conversations are leading people to a website to watch a video. And then they're being followed up with. And then when they say yes, we're having this little dream conversation. What's your freedom day look like? Do you understand how you're not going to get your freedom day through trading time for money, and you can get it through the power of 2, 3, 4, or 5? Because we've showed you the math. There's no arguing that, just like there's no arguing with your telomeres. We can support your telomeres, scientifically proven, right? So I just want to make sure that people are getting out and getting into the right actions and not giving up too soon, because what if you stopped right after you enrolled this person? What if you stopped sharing and this next person that was ready for you to share it with them right around the corner, and you said, this doesn't work after this person? Then you missed out on this consultant machine, which led to this consultant machine, which dominoed to this consultant machine, and your freedom day was never experienced. And Jimmy Smith says, let's just have a moment of silence for all those people that quit right here, because they just gave up too early. It wasn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So I think, hopefully that message has gotten across. Any last thoughts before we end this here?
I like that the only way to fail at this is to quit. And I have a new consultant machine that just popped up in the last week or two. And she said the best line to me. She said, Laura, I just want everyone to feel as good as I feel. And I was like, done. I was like, don't look at another video. Don't need any other training than that. That comes so much from your heart. People are feeling that energy from you that you authentically want them to feel better than they currently feel now, regardless of where you're at. And that is all that this business is. And then sharing this model with her, I mean, she's dreaming again, and she's got her whole family involved. So it's just so exciting. So thank you. That's the thing that's really got us fired up right now. This energy that's getting out there. It's like I used to see with the juice companies that would pop up that were really simple. It was a simple model, but the juices didn't work, you guys. And so the companies would disappear. But the energy that you would see build around that for a few months before it disappeared was off the charts. We're seeing that. I'm getting texts from all kinds of leaders and all kinds of people where we're seeing that, and people are literally getting to consultant. They're getting consultant machines and through that energy, through that excitement, because it is so simple to grasp and to wrap your mind around. Lenny, last thoughts, and then we're out of here.
I just want to say, just like Dr. Bill Andrews says that isogenesis cannot not work in the human body. The other day, Angel said to me, and it just like a lightning bolt, people that get this and don't stop and don't quit, the business cannot not work in your life. The business cannot not work. And, I just want to say that residual income is so profound, and we've got this figured out, that for every cycle that you can earn a week, you would require $93,000 in a bank account earning 3% interest. Now, really follow this for a second. One cycle giving to you $54 every week, just one cycle every week, you would have to save up $93,000 and have it sitting in a bank account earning 3% interest to able to earn that. Guys, when you start to talk about this with people, stay with them. When they say no, it's KNOW. They don't know yet, because 3 cycles a week is $700 a month. 3 cycles a week. That would require 93,000 times 3. But just for 11 cycles a week, you would require $1 million in the bank. Would it be easier for you to have your mom or dad or brother or sister or a friend somewhere save $1 million in a bank earning 3% to give you 11 cycles a week, which is about $2,400 a month? Or would you be able to show them how easy it could be to share the Forever Pack? And instead of having conversations about coaching on product and all these other things, we're now talking about dream conversations. What's your freedom day? How much money would you like? Would you like to leave a legacy? You guys, join us. This is the movement inside the movement.
Yes.
It's the passion, and it cannot be stopped, my friends.
Can't
You
be
guys,
stopped.
I'm so proud of you for being here, Dave.
It can't be stopped. Nature always finds a way, and God did it this time again. And I would say that the consultant machine, there's a video already on that where I'm doing it on a whiteboard in my YouTube channel. It's Mechanic to Millionaire is the YouTube channel. And the title of that video is Consultant Machine. I'm going to re-record a new one that just goes over showing what I just showed you, what the actions are to take and what your goal is. You just don't stop until you get consultant machines. There's just no stopping. You just keep doing it until it happens, till you reach your Freedom Day. And you know what that looks like a little bit better because of that consultant machine explanation. So you can go to YouTube and get the one that I have right now, and it's 17 minutes. I do it in 17 minutes. But we'll get one where I'm doing it, it's a little bit more clear and a little more concise. And then we'll get that on the backside so that that's the follow-up video and the conversation you're going to have with them and why they're going to start making their list. So who are you putting on your list? Now you guys, once you've showed them the consultant machine video and you said, this is how we have your Freedom Day and the work that you need to do, you can't do their push-ups for them after that. Now you're going to find out, are they making their list and are you following up with people with them? You can't do their push-ups, but you've given them everything that we've been able to give them in tools and psychologically make them unemployable. I don't know, after watching the video on the consultant machine and all the other things that have led up to it, I don't know any other way to instill into somebody so that they could become psychologically unemployable. And after that, it's up to them. But if they're not the one, then you know you need to keep enrolling somebody until you find that consultant machine. They're there, you guys. They are absolutely there. I think there's more of them than there are not. So be focused on that. Right? So write down in your affirmation, I am so happy and grateful now that I have consultant machines on my left and on my right, and live into that and then get into action, you guys. All right, Laura, Lenny. Thanks.
Don't forget, you guys, Santa always makes his list. He says, I'm making my list. I'm checking it twice. I'm going to decide who's naughty and nice. The Forever Pack could even make naughty people nice. So just write out your list and get out of the way and invite them with your passion, right, Laura? Invite them with your passion to watch the video and let them decide. You guys, it's never been easier.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for all you're doing. And we'll see you next Monday.